But let's talk about Jupiter Life Line Hospital, because that is the counter which is going to come out with this IPO. We have Dr. Ankit Thakker, who is the CEO at the company, joining us. A very good afternoon to you, Doctor. Thank you so much for joining us on ET Now. And firstly, let me ask you about your IPO funds. We understand that you will be using the IPO funds to partially repay the debt. What will the debt be after the repayment? And also, if you could tell us the savings on interest costs on account of the prepayment.
We will be debt-free post the IPO. We are going to pay down all the debt. So pretty much the entire interest portion and the outflow for the principal repayment will be free cash in our hands.
Right. Let me continue actually asking you about your expansion plans. You have planned expansion at Dombivli in the pipeline, which is in the pipeline. How will you fund that sort of an expansion? Also, if you could tell us what sort of a timeline of operationalization and revenue accretion are you expecting from this expansion?
So Dombivli is going to be a 500 bed hospital. We have bought the land, received all the permissions from the government for construction, and we have just begun construction there. We believe in the next 2.5 odd years, we should be able to commission Dombivli. So on the revenue side, our thought process is that each and every hospital that we build should be designed as a flagship hospital, and each of them should be able to contribute at the same level as any other. So once Dombivli gets matured, it is designed in size, scale and scope to do as well as Thane or any other hospital.
Right, Dr. Thakker, this is Vinny joining in the conversation as well. Just want to talk about your other growth plans, the capex and the expansion plans, and will you go for the organic route only, or inorganic is also something on the cards?
So we prefer the organic route. We have, like the concept of custom building our facilities on lands owned by us. We believe that this kind of model provides us better infrastructure and a better stability, and also translates into better financial outcomes over the long term. So organic route, greenfield route is what we generally prefer. So that is the primary idea. And for the growth, besides Dombivli, our thought is that in the next few years we would like to be adding some more facilities and go to between 2,000 and 3,000 odd beds in the Western India region and increase our presence here.
Right. Could you talk to us about your key metrics like occupancy levels, also ARPOB? What's the outlook on those fronts? And also, how does your company stack when you compare it with the peers?
Is the oldest facility. It is now 15 plus years old. It is pretty much at a maturity state in terms of occupancy. Our POBs will continue to see inflation-based rise from here on. Pune and Indore both have significant growth opportunity in terms of capacity utilization. We just undertook some brownfield expansion in Pune, and which has given us more headroom for growth in Pune. And similarly in Indore, currently we are operating 231 beds, but we have an opportunity to add 200 more beds in Indore. So both Pune and Indore, I think, should largely contribute for growth in the next couple of years till Dombivli and the future facilities come up.
Also, just want to understand in terms of the valuations, it seems a bit expensive on the side of a 50 to 55 forward earnings, if I'm not wrong. So what was that thought process behind setting this valuation then?
No, our thought process behind valuation was that we had no expectation, and we are guided by the feedback from the investor community, and that is how we approach the whole cycle, and the outcome is a result of investor feedback.
Right. Attrition, talent management is one of the key focus for the entire industry actually. Could you tell us how do these metrics stack for you, especially when you talk about the attrition as well as talent management?
Yeah, so I think this is one side where we are extremely proud and happy that as far as our doctors go, we have very, very low, near 0% attrition in doctors across all our units. So we have a very strong and a stable medical team, and that really helps us in doing what we do, that is, deliver good care to our patients and excel clinically. So, this is something which we are very happy about. On the nurses side, yes, it is a national, problem of nursing attrition and new nursing talent in general, and we are also struggling with that. But yeah, we'll make whatever efforts are necessary to ensure good clinical qualities.
Okay. Thank you so much, Dr. Thakker, for joining in with us this afternoon and giving us an understanding on what we should be expecting, from the company, waiting out for their IPO as well. Thank you so much for joining in with us this afternoon.